Reading is fundamental.
What's up, everybody? This is DeWitt back again with another book review for Literacy Kings, where we break down books that are important to the culture when it comes to business, finance, economics. And in this review, I am reviewing a well-known, very popular book by the name of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And Think and Grow Rich is a very, very popular, well-known book that's been around for a very long time. It was originally published in 1937, and it has just been reprinted and reprinted over and over just ever since, right? We're talking almost 90 years, 85 years at this point. And Think and Grow Rich is a book that initially was viewed as a book that helps people understand how to attract money in different ways. And I guess overall it kind of falls into the self-help category, but the whole idea is about finding creative ways to attune your mind to acquiring more money. So throughout the book, Napoleon Hill, who has written a number of other books about positive thinking and how that relates to financial success, but throughout the book, he gives a lot of different examples of how successful people in the past have sort of used their positive thoughts, used their thinking, used the self-talk, what he calls positive self-talk, to sort of change their circumstances. So he says essentially throughout the book that it's not about exactly where you started or where you are at the moment, but what matters most is first and foremost that you think positively about your life and that you believe in yourself and your future and that you believe the financial success will come. The whole idea is about being purposeful about the goals that you have. So he recommends in the book that one of the things that you should do if you want to be not just financially successful, but successful in life, one of the things that you should do is that you should write down your goals. He says write down the goals on a sheet of paper, and when you write them down, you want to be very specific and very purposeful about what you write. So you have to be very specific and detailed about the goals that you want, or goals that you want, very specific about the timeline, and very just sure that this is exactly what you want. This is exactly the steps that you need in order to be successful. After you write those goals down and you're very clear and direct about what you want, he recommends that you take that sheet of paper and that you read it once in the morning right after you wake up, and then once in the evening right before you go to bed. He says that those are the times where the mind is most receptive, or the subconscious mind is most receptive to the information that you receive. So he says that's a very important thing to do when you read, and the more that you read those and the more that you internalize those goals and internalize those statements, then you will subconsciously start to move in the direction of achieving those goals. Much of the book is about achieving financial success, and it's kind of written in the time period, again, in the 1930s, where you had these business tycoons that were sort of dominating industry. But everything that is written in the book is applicable to today, which in my opinion has to be a major reason why the book has continued to just be reprinted and used and sold just about everywhere. Think and Grow Rich is a book that you can find almost anywhere, from the smallest bookstore all the way to the most or the largest Barnes & Noble in the country, right? The whole idea around positive self-talk, he says, also lends itself to the idea that failure is not final. So he says that an individual may fail, which is, we all know is normal, right? You have a goal, you don't necessarily meet that goal. But when you have this positive self-talk, when you have these goals that you recite on a daily basis, when you have these thoughts that are sort of focused specifically on positive outcomes, one of the things that starts to happen subconsciously and consciously is that when you come across failures, you know that they're not the end goal. They don't necessarily devastate you. It may be upsetting, but they don't devastate you, because the positive self-talk has taught you that your goal is in front of you. It's coming. You'll get there, but you just have to bear through through these setbacks. So with the failure not being final, you understand that, okay, I didn't necessarily achieve it now, but let me make some adjustments, which Napoleon Hill does recommend in the book. Sort of tailoring or making adjustments when you need to, right? Not necessarily just going in a straight line. If things not working, you may want to make a turn here, a turn there, and still continue toward the goal. But that is centered in his idea that failure is not final. I read the book for the first time, I believe, 2004. So it's been a very long time. I've had this very same copy as well, 2004, is when I first came across the book. And it sort of pushes you in the direction of the other books that Napoleon Hill has written. I believe, or one of the ones that I like most, I think, if I remember the title, is Positive Success Through Persuasion, something like that. But a very, very, very good book. But again, it's about financial success, but it's also a book that could be used or could be viewed from a lot of different angles, right? It all depends on how you define success. He defines it in financial terms, or in economic terms, or in acquiring money. Someone else may define success through career, or they may define success through family. They may define success through service, or whatever it may be. And some people have all of those things combined as their definition of success. Whatever your personal definition of success, whatever your road to get to success, the principles that Napoleon Hill outlines in Think and Grow Rich can lend itself to your particular path and your goal in life. All about positive self-talk, talking to yourself, thinking positively, overstating the positive in your life, right? Writing down your goals, being specific about the goals when you write them down, right? Not necessarily just a broad goal, a vague goal, not an idea of, for example, you don't want to say, I just want a better life, right? That's a very vague, very loose sort of goal. The idea is to have this definite goal that you can pinpoint and that you can say, I want this particular thing, whether I want this amount of money, I want this particular position, I want this particular family dynamic, whatever it may be, but I want this goal, and this is when I want it, right? And this is how I'm gonna get there. Continue to talk to yourself in a positive way that this will happen. I will achieve this. I will make the necessary steps. I will overcome the inevitable obstacles, and I will achieve it. That sort of thinking and constant talking to yourself will bring that particular goal to you, right? And then at that point, you just continue to move forward, no matter what may happen. Make your twists and turns if you have to, but always keep your eye on the goal. So that essentially is the essence of the book, Think and Grow Rich. Very, very popular book. It's been around for a long time. Again, about 85 years. I don't see it going anywhere. I think it'll be around for another 85 years. It's being reprinted. You can get it just about anywhere at this point. It has never been an expensive book. But again, Think and Grow Rich. If you have not read it, please check it out. Right, a lot of different forms. I think they even have study manuals that come with it. Right, you have like the study text that comes with Think and Grow Rich that helps you think through the ideas. Right, but if you feel the need to do that, that's fine. But the original book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, very good book about positive thinking, about chasing your financial goals in a way that's very succinct and efficient. I recommend it for anyone who is serious about financial empowerment or financial freedom. Check it out.
Reading is fundamental.